Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Just jumping in here real quick. I got most of this built and I didn't film it. I just got in a hurry trying to get some stuff done in the shop, okay? There's sometimes you just gotta stop and take care of business. So I was jumping on this real quick and then most of the way through thought, wow, I didn't even record this. So I thought I would go ahead and record this and show you why and what I did. This is a Festool CT33E. That is Charlie Tango 33 Echo, for those that understand it that way. Front casters, rear casters. As you can see, we have big voids here broken out. This rear caster just fell off. The whole thing. I had all my tools stacked up on it. That doesn't work anymore. I can't do that. So, made it dangerous. I'm trying to keep all my other tools in as good a shape as possible. If you've watched any of the other videos, that you know that my drill is starting to give up the ghost. They have all the inside mechanisms, motors, bushings, bearings, switches, whatever. Festool, as I understand when I checked on it a couple of years ago, they still have all the internal parts to actually rebuild that drill, which is fine and great. I would go through the cost and the investment of a few $100 getting the parts and pieces of the insides, except for one reason. I can't get the batteries for that drill. They don't make them anymore. They've moved on. Understandable. 19 years old. All my Festool stuff is 19 years old. I won't get long-winded about it, but it's paid for itself. So I'm trying to hang on to this. As long as it works, I'm gonna have it and I'm gonna use it as much as possible. The vacuum, the motor, everything on this is fine except the housing is falling apart. So what I did is I took a lot of my 2x4 scraps that I've had on other builds. I milled them down. I made my boards 3 inches wide, 1 3/8 inches thick, ran them through the planer, nice and smooth. Everything is milled lumber, sharp corners. It fits really, really well. So I have a 1/2 inch plywood as a spacer, so it sits right here, comes up to right before this, and it supports all the way across, front and back. Basically took, let me get you measurements real quick, in case anybody has the interest in doing this. I'll just throw the measurements up here real quick. So these boards were 23 3/4 on the sideboards. The other ones were 16 1/4. Okay, both ends. This one, what was that one? I can't remember. That one was right at 13 3/8. Of course, I have all of these up here on the back. These were all 16 1/4, so I had 16 1/4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 16 1/4. 1/2 inch plywood to cover the base. We're at 13 inches by 9 1/2. All right, then again, that one in there's 13 3/8, whatever I said. So this creates, I have to flip it around. This is gonna go against these pins right here, whether you can see them. This sits right against this right here. So I do this. Good and solid. This can ride all day long. So I'm gonna get busy and put these casters in here. I've already got them pre-drilled. Got my 1 inch lags, my washers, got my casters here. We're gonna get busy and put these on, get this thing on the ground and show you what we've got. Yeah, speaking of drills being on the frets on the way out, I have been researching other cordless drills to replace my Festool with. Everything that I've researched Bosch, Makita, Flex, DeWalt, Milwaukee, and I'm probably going to ruffle a few feathers here. But for me, and the torque and the last, the speed settings, all the variables that I use in my shop, unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I'm probably going to go with the yellow and black. I have some reservations, and I'm not trying to slam on DeWalt by any means, because again, I know that I'm probably going to get a few comments on this. And you know what? Everybody's welcome to put their opinion in the comments down below. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. It's not like I'm trying to degrade DeWalt, or DeWalt, however you want to say it. They've made some good stuff in the past, and they still make some good things now. You have to be aware when you buy tools, there is no one-all, end-all, be-all. My Festools were great, but there were still areas that I was like, oh wow, I see a use for other stuff other than just Festool. So they all have their place. That's the point I'm trying to make here. So in doing your research, if you do it, or you've done it, and let me know what tools you use. If you guys have got these cordless drills and whatnot and sawzalls in your shops, do me a favor, man, share the information. Let us know what you got, how you like it, what you like, what you don't like. Love to know, because I'm in the market. I didn't really want to have to do the whole DeWalt thing, but it is what it is. If I have to, I have to. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not gonna happen, or it can't happen, or won't happen. I'm just trying to get the best tool for my buck, like anybody would be. All you guys and gals out there, I know you do exactly the same thing. Why wouldn't you? You should. It's your money. But there's a lot of things I'm finding out about all these newer cordless tools that I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of it. Not a fan of the electronics. Everybody always says, oh, it's so great, it's this, that, and the other. Listen, for every good thing there is, there's also an equal opposite, which is, unfortunately, not a great thing. When I weigh out the pros and the cons, and now I'm not talking about pros and cons of what's written in a review, weigh those out for yourself. Does that really matter to you or not? Is it that important to you or not? Speed, torque, settings, variables for being able to run in screws and set screws and not have them strip out. Festool was the first one that ever did that when I bought my tools almost 20 years ago. Festool was the only one that did that. Now everybody's doing that. So, and again, I'm not saying Festool was the innovator. Even though I'll give Festool props, they've come up with a lot of things that 20 years ago nobody else had or did. And obviously, if you're looking at it from an innovation standpoint, they're kind of the pioneers. Let's face it. Let's be honest. Give everybody props where they shine and what they're good for. So, but I guess, trying to get my toes. I guess what I'm trying to say is make sure that whatever you do works for you. It doesn't matter about anybody else. What works in my shop may not work in yours, and vice versa. So I don't have any prejudice against any particular tool line. Obviously not, because I have Bosch, I have Makita. I've had Makita for, I was using Makita when Makita wasn't cool, okay? Let's just put it that way. Makita, back in the day of my construction days, Makita was the only saw to have. You were out on a job site, you wanted a circular saw. If you didn't have the blue and silver, you didn't have good tools. Just put it to you that way. I've had multiple Makita circular saws over the years, and they've all been good. They used to be super affordable back in the day, and I say super affordable. Even when they were affordable, they were still expensive, okay? Back in the 70s, they were very expensive for what they were compared to Skill, Milwaukee, everybody else, okay, that was in the game back then. And that's another brand that makes some really awesome tools, is Skill. I'm a worm gear kind of guy. So worm gears, you don't find worm gears in cordless tools. It is what it is. Be willing to make concessions if you're looking for certain specs and you can't find them in cordless tools. To know that your corded tools are probably going to be your only option if you're looking for massive amounts of torque and power that's going to drive your tools in no matter what situation you get in. Anyway, all that said, basically what I'm looking at is replacing my drill for now. You see me using the yellow and black here behind me. That's actually was bought for my wife. That's actually not a bad drill driver. Turning out to be really pretty nice. So, like I said, I'm not banging on DeWalt or any other brand. I will say, for a very long time, I got spoiled on the Festool. But as with everything, everything runs its course. So, get this last caster put on here real quick. We'll drop this to the ground and get this thing put in here and see what we got. So again, whatever tools you do or don't have, tools that you would like to have, tools that you do have, tools that you've always used, tools that you used to use, and the tools you now use. Share them in the comments with everybody. Let us know. Don't be afraid to put your comments down there. I will get back to you. I always answer all my comments. And I may not always give people the answer they're looking for. Let's face it, I don't have every answer there is in the world, so it would be nice, but I'm not that. Just a guy who does what I do, so. All right. All right, got that all done. Whoops. I threw those on the ground. That was good. I have to pick up the others. I have all 4. Yeah, I must have set too many up there. So, I'll get that in a minute. There's the other one. Trying to get this where everybody can see it. Yes, I apologize about my mayonnaise legs, man. So it is what it is. This may be the only time you guys ever catch me in shorts and flip-flops or sandal, whatever you want to call these. I normally don't run around like this. This is Sunday for me, and I normally have other things going on. So, bingo. We are back in business. Now, I feel better, much better, about stacking my tools back on this again, which was my big concern. This is kind of how I save space in my shop right now, is being able to stack all my Festool tools right here, other than my T-track or track-saw tracks. And I'm already seeing the top getting broke, so it's probably not going to last a lot longer, and I will have to figure out how to take all the internals of this and make it work in a custom-made Festool box. So anyway, that's pretty much it. One and done. If you have any of these tools like this, the CT33, again, Charles Tango 33 Echo is the model. I'm not sure that anybody has this old vacuum banging around. If you do, share with me and let me know I'm not by myself. Love to know if there's any more out there. So it has been a super good tool. Still works great. I want to use it until it just dies. Get your money's worth. So anyway, that's going to do it for this. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed. Be careful, be safe, be kind to one another. We'll catch you back here on the next one.